Yo, 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 how y'all doing today? On this great Thursday night. That's Denver, your boy Denver right here.
Yes, sir. And it's your boy Josh. Welcome to the Josh and Denver podcast or Denver and Josh podcast. However you guys want to put it. Again, we're here back for another episode for your head tops. Got some things to get into, my bro. Of course, I gotta ask you, you bless, everything good with you?
Yeah, man, everything's good, man. It's like I don't get a holiday tomorrow like you, but tomorrow should be quieter. Like to be honest, like no one really works tomorrow, even though, like you said, like some companies have it off, some don't. But it's gonna be a quieter day no matter what. So tomorrow's gonna be chill. The weekend's gonna be chill. Like you said, I know you're seeing Black Panther. I'm not seeing actually because I want to wait till we go because I'm gonna be in Toronto in like a few weeks, 2 weeks, dog. So I'm
Uh,
probably gonna wait, dog. But
you
yeah,
already know I'm watching it again with you, bro.
yeah, man.
Whenever you come in true, we watching it, bro. Now we watching Black Adam too.
Yeah, I heard it.
We gotta catch up on some films, bro.
Yeah, I heard Black
I
Adam
mean,
was. You gotta watch that too.
yeah, I heard it's decent too. I heard it's decent too, but I also heard that it was whatever from some people too. So I don't know,
Yeah.
mixed reviews here and there. But I mean, there's some DC haters out there. I'm gonna tell you like that. There's some DC haters. But I feel like they're actually trying to compete. I mean, getting Dwayne the Rock Johnson as a lead role in a DC film as Black Adam, I think that's a good move in the direction. And depending on how that movie is ultimately, once we see it, once we can give our honest opinion on it, I think DC is trending upwards and you know able to compete with Marvel because Marvel's been a powerhouse. So don't sleep. I mean, how can you sleep? Marvel's been that front runner. I mean, the anticipation for Black Panther alone, or the anticipation for all their films that they've been slated. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot. You always get amped up for a Marvel film. So they've been killing it. They've been killing it.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing with Marvel is I feel like they're gonna have to not recreate new characters, but like we talked about before the pod, like they killed off Iron Man. Obviously, that's probably in the comic books. I'm not even 100% sure if that was, but like I feel like they've been rerunning the same characters since we were in high school, dog. At some point, they have to create like a new cast or a new group. I don't know. Like, there's probably a lot more comics that we don't even know about that they haven't even mentioned yet. So maybe there's a lot of characters that are coming up that we don't even like. I don't even know yet. You know what I mean? Because I don't read the comics like that. But like, I mean, I feel like you said, like Marvel's been we having a lot of success. We run the same characters, Spider-Man, all these type, Iron Man, Avengers since since we were young. And now that how do they keep going up? They're gonna have to create new characters and put them in the storyline. And DC's kind of like they're trying to take some of that momentum back from Marvel. So I mean, we'll see. But we've definitely been MCU fans for the longest.
Mm. I mean, there's a lot of things that the MCU hasn't tackled correctly. Like they have the Fantastic Four that they need to do right, right? Which is
Yeah.
going to be upcoming. So I think they can do that right, and that's something to look forward to. So it can still grab our attention. That can still keep our attention. Fantastic Four. There's also X-Men. They also have to do the X-Men right because I believe it was Sony that had the rights to X-Men previously, but now that that contract is done, MCU should be able to take over that and do it however they want to do it. So I feel like they still got a lot of I mean, Marvel has been home to so many different superheroes. They've created so many comics, you know what I'm saying? So they definitely, I don't think they have a shortage of anyone to write about or anyone to base a movie off of. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely let me know how it goes this Saturday, dog.
Yeah, bro. I'm excited, yo. I'm like I said, we're gonna see how Black Panther 2 is. I mean, we already done know T'Challa is dead. They basically wrote the character the same way. They basically coincided the real life passing of Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace to that man. Um, they coincided that with the character of T'Challa. And I was mentioning to you earlier, I don't even think T'Challa really dies in the comics. So, I mean, it's kind of sad that we are kind of writing out a character in this movie franchise when he doesn't actually pass away. I mean, we already know, like, I mean, it would be weird if another person was going to, come in and play T'Challa. But I don't know, that I feel like that's, even though it's weird, it doesn't mean that it can't work. It doesn't mean that we can't get used to, a new T'Challa. Like there very well could be a perfectly capable actor that encompasses the role and does well in it. I think that there just need to be a chance of that, maybe. And because there isn't that, and we're moving on with, T'Challa being dead and his sister being the new Black Panther. I mean, like it's bittersweet. I mean, I'm sure she'll do fine. Like, sure, it'll be okay as a Black Panther, but I feel like it narrowed down the possibilities. You know what I'm saying? With T'Challa actually dying in the film as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's my viewpoint on things.
but we haven't seen it yet, so maybe like they might not pull that. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's still alive. We don't know. So this is no
I
spoilers.
mean, apparently from what I'm hearing from this, because I've been getting a lot of spoilers before even watching the movie, but they're saying that T'Challa dies the same way how Chadwick passed away in real life.
Yeah,
they wrote it similar to the real life events of Chadwick dying, unfortunately. So
that sucks.
I saw it go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I wish it wasn't, but I mean, hey, let's keep our like, our minds open. Maybe like you said, like it still be really good. You never know, right? But
yeah, you never know. You never know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna give my honest review, and I'm gonna watch it twice as well, because I'm gonna make sure we watching it together. And maybe the first, after the first view, I'm probably meh, and then after the second view, I have a new appreciation for it. Who knows? We'll see though. I need 2 watches though. That's guaranteed. I need two times to view this film and give my real opinion.
Yeah, same. So definitely like, it's gonna be not a lot of hype, but maybe like you said, like, some movies don't have a lot of hype, and then they end up being like really good.
Yeah,
so,
facts.
Yeah, so I'm definitely hyped to see it, dog.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be fun still. Yes, sir. That's a little Marvel talk for your head tops. You already know. We try to keep up with the movies out here. Again, we've been MCU fans from time, been catching DC films as well. On their little run. But let's get into this football talk though. Let's get into this football talk. Let's talk about this most recent week of games. It's been an exciting week. I would say an exciting week, especially for you, because I want to start off with talking about your Jets, bro. The Jets had a big win against the Bills. Very important because the Bills are a division rival. And the Bills are, again, they're slated, they're projected to be a Super Bowl favorite in the AFC. So for the Jets to knock off the Bills like that, y'all are the real deal. And I can't believe I'm saying this on this podcast, but the Jets are, they're legit. They're actually legit. A good young team, and there's only up, like there's only up to go from here. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, salute to the defense. Your defense,
bro.
Defense is, bruh. I can't even put into words your defense, bruh. And then we talked about it last podcast. I mean, singling out Sauce Gardner, we were right to single him out and speak highly of him because he's been performing. I mean, the man picked off Josh Allen, had a key pass breakup to prevent a 4th down conversion when Josh Allen tried to throw it deep to Gabe Davis. Sauce is on that, bro. I feel like y'all can't throw the ball to Sauce, bro. You throw the ball to Sauce, it's getting knocked down or it's getting intercepted on God, on everything. So, bruh, Jets are doing something right. They're doing something right. The front office, actually, I never thought they'd be good when it comes to drafting players, because it never usually works out with them. But they had a great draft these past couple of years, and you see it in fruition right now. What's your mindset on it, man? I know you want to gloat about your favorite team, so I'm gonna give the floor to you, bro.
Yeah,
Talk
I
about
mean,
your favorite team a little.
it's like I've been saying from the jump, like, we brought, Robert Saleh in from the 49ers to bring a defensive mindset. He was one of the best defensive gurus. Even after a year, people want him out of there. Like, they don't give guys enough time. Even me, like, I was thinking, like, we gotta show something this year, because they're quick to, get rid of head coaches after only a year or 2 years of, you know, of being there. So he didn't even have a chance to even install his scheme and everything. And we brought in great players as well. Like, I like the players we have. C.J. Mosley was a veteran that came over from the Ravens. Sauce Gardner was a highly touted draft pick, and he's living up to that bill. Like I said, he's already one of the top corners. Doesn't get picked on a lot, and if you do, he'll make plays. You know what I mean? I think I was watching the game a few weeks ago as well, and I heard one of the coaches, I think it was the DB coach, said that and he's one of those players that he expects him every time the ball's in the air to have an interception or to make a play on the ball. He's saying that there's no way he shouldn't make a play on the ball if the ball's coming his way, because that's how good his ball skills are, right? Which means that
Wow.
he's that talented, you know what I mean? So a lot of guys, DB is a really tough position, like we both play that same position. The ball's in the air sometimes. You're playing trail technique. You don't have enough time to maybe look
You
at.
even know where to locate the
Yeah,
ball, bro.
you know
Sometimes
what I
you're
mean?
just playing the man straight up. You can't even. It's
Exactly.
hard, bro. It's hard.
So
So
that's
like you've
that's
been
impressive.
saying that, like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's impressive.
So I mean, the coach expects him to make a play on the ball every time the ball's coming his way, and that actually shows how high expectations they have for him. You know what I mean? Other veterans like Lamarcus Joyner, he's the guy that has been that great slot player for a number of teams, and so that was a great pickup as well. And then, you know what I mean? We just been Quan Alexander. I like that pickup. Quinn Williams playing really well on the inside, and so we've been doing really well, on defense, and that's been our hallmark every single game. Because like I mentioned, we're not even asking Zach Wilson to do a lot, bro. Another
Yeah,
game, 150 yards passing. It's like the fifth or sixth game in a row, dog. That means, like, bro, we're running the ball, right? Michael Carter's had a great game as well. So I mean, as
yeah,
long as
he really
you
did.
have those
Shout out to
games,
Michael Carter.
yeah, James Robinson too. So we had that kind of that 1-2 punch, which is good. So we're not really expecting much from him. So I mean, I'm saying that's the kind of the key that needs to be unlocked. If you want to go far in the playoffs, I mean, he's gonna have to. I mean, I know he's maybe still come off an injury, but like, we're not asking him more to be a game manager, but we might need him to play better than that come playoff time. But I'm really proud of the defense. Like I said, like, no one thought anything of us, and we're right there with the Bills in the same division. So that's gonna be like a good rivalry for the next few years. A young coach, a young defense, playing well with the Bills, have Josh Allen on their side. And so I mean, God, I mean, you know me, like, I think we're going as far as we can, bro. So I mean, as long as we get Zach Wilson playing well, I think we can, make a lot of noise as well.
Yeah, I never would have thought, bro. You know me, I was usually, talking down on the Jets. Usually, I mean, they were a franchise that was just so, inconsistent. They weren't very good for so long. Front office was definitely terrible. They never had a coach that could, really rally a team. But yeah, Robert Saleh has really changed some things. Feel like he's really brought a new hope to the team. You could tell that he's very passionate. Um, yeah, man, you guys got a great supporting cast. I feel like the team is only gonna go as far as Zach Wilson will take them though. Um, Zach Wilson, like in terms of the playoffs, I mean, the regular season, they're definitely gonna win a lot of games with what they're doing right now. But in the playoffs, Zach Wilson definitely gonna have to step up. I agree. Because I mean, it's a quarterback-driven league, right? It's a passing league. I mean, and you guys may have an effective run game, but when it gets to playoff time and they stack in the box and Michael Carter and James Robinson are not able to run the ball effectively, you got to rely on the arm of the quarterback. They got to be able to throw it. So Zach Wilson, not saying that you gotta, I mean, ease into it, just make sure that you're continuing to develop, but you're gonna have to show something when it comes to those real life games in the playoffs, bro, because things get real. You feel me? But yeah, shout out to the Jets, man. Honestly, I never would have imagined.
6-3,
Never.
dog.
Yeah.
In a great place, dog. And Josh Allen is hurt right now. He's dealing with an injury, so I mean, I'm not sure he's gonna play this week, but
Yeah, he's questionable right now. We're gonna see as we get closer to Sunday if he's actually gonna play. I hope so. I mean, he's on my fantasy, bro. And that's the thing that cheesed me too. Like, I mean, he put up a little bit of points against the Jets. I mean, fantasy wise, but that loss, those interception thrown, that really impacted me. That really impacted me. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Josh Allen, you gotta bounce back. You gotta bounce back, bro. Gotta do better.
I feel like, he ran the ball a lot, 9 carries for 90 yards. So, his style is a style. He's kind of, he's a bruiser. He doesn't really slide,
Yeah, he RB1, bro. He looking for contact.
He's big. He's a big guy. Sometimes I see him, I'm like, whoa, guys, he's a big guy. So like you say, he's at RB1 when he runs the ball. Not as elusive as Lamar Jackson, but like he definitely wants contact. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know if he has to change his style. He's prone to injury. I don't know, but like he's gonna have to kind of slide more, kind of like how Dolphins are pushing Tua to do, to slide the ball more and stuff like that. So I don't know if he has to implement that same style or just run out of bounds. That I don't
know. I feel like the coaches have no say in what Josh Allen does.
Yeah.
Just let him go out and do what he do. Like he gonna risk his body regardless. Like I don't know how they gonna control that man. Like he's literally running out there looking for contact, but he doesn't get hurt. He's usually pretty durable. So I think that's what's reassured the Bills organization and why the coaches don't really try to get on him strictly about it. But yeah, one day, I mean, eventually he's gonna have to change his style up. I mean, as he gets older, I mean, he's a young buck right now still. Josh Allen's only in his third, fourth year?
I think fourth year.
Yeah, fourth year, still a young buck. But those hits take a toll, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, like not when he's young, when he's older, no way Jose. Like you said, his style's tradition. It's an old school style. I don't really see guys. I mean, yeah, some QBs they run the ball a lot, but they ain't like they ain't like that. They ain't looking to run dudes over and stuff like that.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit of Cam Newton, maybe style a little bit something like that. But most guys like Lamar Jackson, they're trying to like juke you out. Kyler Murray juke you out. Like those guys aren't looking for contact like that.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. Especially if Josh Allen wants a long, illustrious career, you're gonna have to slide, brother. You're gonna have to slide. No more running over people or looking to hurdle. You might hurdle and get helicoptered real quick. Feel me? Oh my gosh, yo, the helicopter hits kill me sometimes. Have you seen? I don't know if you saw that. There's like a college quarterback that ran out of the pocket. Man decides to try and jump. I don't know. He tried to hurdle or something and got helicopter real bad. And the man got lifted off like 8 feet off the ground, bro. Man was literally like twirling up 8 feet off the ground and then landed on his bum. Like, bro, you definitely broke something on your tailbone. like sometimes you gotta take the L, bro, and not try all those risky hurdling and whatnot, and or being crazy with it as a quarterback, especially.
Yeah, like it's like the rule of for running backs for a long time they were taught you don't ever leave your feet as a running back, but we've seen that kind of change because in the goal line, that's been such an effective move.
Yeah.
On the 1 yard line, the goal line, you get the ball to the running back, he just jumps over the pass, touchdown, bro. Like unless you meet him right in the middle in the air, it's hard to do that. So, I mean, yeah, like when you're in the middle of the field and stuff like that, it's dangerous.
Yeah, facts.
Oh,
facts. Yeah, so shout out to the Jets comeback. I feel like this week of the NFL was the week of comebacks. I kind of want to narrow down or kind of focus in on the game between the Jags and the Raiders, bro. I don't know if you watched that game, but that game kind of stuck out to me because I mean Jaguars came back to win that game. They were down by quite a bit. I believe it was like what? I don't know if it's like 21-0 or something like that. I can't really remember exactly,
20, 20
but
to
the
10.
Raiders, oh, 2010. Yeah, so Raiders came out to a great hot start. You saw the chemistry between Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. Yeah, they were really clicking. Like, man was getting the ball consistently, scoring touchdowns early, but I think he got hurt in that game.
Yeah, I believe he came off for 10 receptions, only like 150 yards. And most of it was in the first half, like he was doing damage.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah,
all
and the Raiders,
switch.
like you can go, but the
All
Raiders,
switch.
yeah, the Raiders are, I don't know what to say. Like we talked about it, the one team in this division wasn't going to be playing well, but I think two teams were playing not well, the Broncos and the Raiders. But I mean, we weren't expecting this coming off last year. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I don't even know why they're playing this. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty shocking.
Bro, it has to come down to the defense, man. I feel like it has to. It's not like Derek Carr is playing recklessly and turn over the ball constantly. And they have a pretty decent run game with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
It's the defense. It has to be the defense. I don't know. Like I'm trying to really chalk it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to the root of the problem. I don't understand how you could let the Jags come back on you after having such a like it was a nice substantial lead. You know what I'm saying? And not saying the Jags are a bad team, but they're not the greatest either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, they're really a young team still developing. But I think yeah, we really kind of saw some of Trevor Lawrence's best gamesmanship within this game. You know what I'm saying? I think he really rose to the occasion and actually had, show what he could do. But I feel like he just shouldn't have had the opportunity to do this in this game. If you're the Raiders, it's kind of embarrassing. You feel me? But on the Jags side, there's a lot of hope, of course. He had a lot of things going with Marvin Jones, of course, Christian Kirk. Travis Etienne is really emerging. They really do believe in that guy. He was brought to Jacksonville to be that guy. That's why they had to let go of James Robinson, and you see Etienne really taking over and being comfortable as a sole lead back. So they got some pieces. It just shouldn't have been this. It shouldn't have been this game. You know what I'm saying? Where the Raiders let this go, and they're really falling. I mean, they only have 2 wins this season, bro. I mean, being a playoff team and coming to this, bro, we have to fire the coach, bro.
like 1 year, Josh McDaniels, dog. Come on.
Yeah, bro.
He said I think they should have kept the interim coach last year. What's the name?
He was doing nice. I don't even remember what his name is, but he was
Bossiati or something with a B or something like that. But he took over the team from Jane Gruden when he got fired. Had a great end of the year run, brought him to the playoffs. They should have kept him as a head coach. They bring in Josh McDaniels with a new scheme, a new system. Like we said, it's not the offense that's the problem, but when you bring in a new coach, you change up his whole coaching staff. You're not just inserting the head coach. He's bringing up new guys. I feel like the same coaching staffs they had last year, they should have kept everything, kept it intact. And that's my opinion. They should have just kept everything as is because, they're not making the playoffs. I mean, no.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way at this point. No, there's no way.
I think Devontae Adams, he had a quote after the game. He said something like, "This is like completely unacceptable. Like there's no way they should be 2-6." You know what I mean? And I agree. Like, to be honest, like it doesn't make sense. They added a weapon that should take so much pressure off the offense. But like I said, it's the defense that is not on the same line as last year. They're not playing as well as last year. And so, I chalk it up to the coaching staff. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, like put them in this position. I don't know what to do from here. Like, you might have to retool in the offseason, change up some veterans, add more players, offense maybe add another weapon besides Renfrow and Adams. I don't know. In terms of another receiver, I don't know what the solution is for them. I don't know. Like it's Josh McDaniels' first year. He flamed out against when he was head coach of the Denver Broncos.
Broncos, yeah.
This
He
year,
might
coming
flame out again, bro.
he's 2-6.
Yes.
All these Belichick. What's it called? The coaching tree. Come on, bro.
Yeah, the Bill Belichick tree.
We spoke about this last podcast too, I believe. Like
Mm-hmm.
all these coaches in the Belichick tree, dog. Like they're not. I don't know, bro. They're not successful unless they're in the Patriots, bro. Like
Yeah,
whatever you call it, dog. Like
bro.
I don't know.
Some people are just better off being assistant coaches for the rest of you know what I'm saying? Being offensive coordinators, being defensive coordinators for a respective team, and that should be fine. I know the head coach pays the big bucks. You know, I know that role, you know, you get, that's where you actually get really paid. But I mean, sometimes you really just got to know your role. You know what I'm saying? Know what your your capabilities are. You know, can you be a real leader of men as a head coach? You know what I'm saying? Like as an overall head coach, you have to be a leader of again, a whole football team of 60 guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't fit everybody. You know what I'm saying? So Josh McDaniels, man, I mean, especially with it being your second stint and it's not working, that's not you. It doesn't seem like it's you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, like there's so much differences between like a play caller and like you said, like a head coach has to be able to manage team personality, timeouts, manage the game, personalities, coaches, all that stuff. He's more like you said, he has to be like a great people person. And some of those guys, they're able to call plays at the same time. So some guys have both. You know what I mean? Some guys are just play callers. Like Josh McDaniels, he's more of just a play caller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you're good at.
Head coach makes the big money, makes the big bucks. OCs make big bucks like head coaches do. You know what I mean? So that's why.
That's the only unfortunate thing.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, like the players he had to coach, and he had Brady, Mac Jones. You know, he was pretty good. Mac Jones last year. He's always had great QBs when he was in the Broncos. I believe like Jay Cutler. So I mean, he's always had great QBs, bro. And Derek Carr's not a great QB. So I mean, I don't think there's any excuses to my part. Like if he was like had a rookie QB, okay, we give him a pass. Like he has to develop a rookie QB, and that's a tough ask. But so like they thought he'd be plug and play. They add him to the as a coaching staff. I thought he'd elevate the play of the team, everything. But that's not the case. So I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'd say they have to give him one more year at least. But like you said, like it's not a good look.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Speaking of, upsetting seasons, Arizona's having an upsetting season. Lost against the Seahawks, where on the other end, Seahawks are leading their division. Looking really good. Pete Carroll's actually looking like a low-key genius.
I'm shocked. We were talking mad grease about Seahawks.
A lie. We were saying, bro, who is gonna step in as quarterback? Who do you got? Drew Lock? Like we were, and because no one thought that Geno was gonna start this season. Yeah, we thought that Drew Lock was gonna be their guy, and they weren't like we were so shocked that they weren't looking into free agency, picking up anybody. They knew all along, bro. They made me look mad stupid. I'm not even gonna say they made you look stupid. They made me look stupid. I was going in on them on the podcast. I was going in on them, bro. Like, yeah, shout out to you, Pete Carroll. You looking like a genius. The best secret weapon out there was Geno Smith, and we had no idea. Man, he can rally the team, bro. People actually like him. I think that's what it was. That was the difference between him and Russell Wilson. I mean, I like Russell, but I don't know if the guys in the locker room like Russell like how I like Russell. You feel me? I think there's a lot of people that Russell kind of rubs the wrong way. There's a lot of people that think that, when it comes to Russell, it's more selfish. It's more about him instead of the team. And Geno is not that type of guy. Geno is about the team. And you can see, he's never the one to make anything about himself. it's really about the success of the team. I think that's how you have to be, really, for guys to really rally around you and basically, fall behind you and play for you to the best of their ability. I see that with the Seahawks, bro. The team is rallying. They got a great running game. The emergence of Robinson. Or sorry, what's his name?
Kenneth Walker.
Walker. Walker. Sorry, Walker. I mean, from where is he from? Michigan State. Like, he was actually legit. I mean, definitely it was between him and Breece Hall who was going to be Rookie of the Year, but it seemed like because due to the injury of Breece Hall, Walker is that guy. Yeah, man, they got pieces in mind. I mean, of course, they still got DK. They got Tyler Lockett. I don't think the passing game has fallen off at all. Defense is playing very well. Every time I watch a Seahawks game, they're constantly comparing the Seattle's defense to the old Legion of Boom defense. They can never get away from it. Every other game I'm hearing this linebacker is just like Bobby Wagner, or these corners are much like the Legion of Boom corners, or like Richard Sherman, and because like the corners that they have, Michael Jackson and Kobe Bryant. Who's the other corner? His name is escaping me, but they're all tall, lanky dudes, bro. Like literally reminiscent of the Legion of Boom. They're constantly compared to them because they literally look just like him and they play physical like him, and they're making plays on the ball. They stepping up, bro. I think that they could be a scary team coming out of the division. We won't really know, as time goes on. We'll see, but I think it's definitely it's a good time to be hopeful if you're a Seahawks fan, for sure.
Yeah, definitely agree. And they're in line with like one of the top surprises in the NFL this year. You talk about the Vikings, you know what I mean? Next, right there's the Seahawks, bro. Everyone's surprised, bro. Like, we're talking mad smack about Seahawks because, like you said, like Drew Lock, we knew like he's a backup. He's not a capable. Well, from what he showed us, to be this guy gonna lead a team, to the promised land. You know what I mean? He had plenty of starts for the Broncos. You know what I mean? And didn't work out there. And so we were thinking there's no way they're gonna be any good this year. And then Geno Smith, like, he was the jet with us, you know what I mean? He had a lot of hype there when he was there with Rex Ryan, and you know what I mean? And he kind of didn't live up to the hype. A lot of pressure in that New York media. And so I feel like he's in a perfect situation where like they didn't really expect much from him. It was a win-win situation. He could be a great backup, like he showed the last few years behind Russell Wilson. I mean, he came in a few games last year when Russ got hurt, whatever, and he threw some, costly interception and lost in the game. So I was thinking, I've seen this guy play last year. Like, I mean, he made too many mistakes in the end of the game. Then this year, I don't know, bro. It's like it's a new guy, bro.
Mindset change, bro.
He's balling, bro. He's balling. It's crazy. And like,
yes, sir.
Coming after Pete Carroll, like you said, the whole start of the year, everyone's on his back. Like, what are you gonna do at QB position? He was like, "We got a QB." We're like, "You lock?" Like, what? What are you
I like it. We not thinking it's Geno.
We were like, "What?" Well, I mean, hey, what's the record now? 6-3. They're right there.
Yes, sir.
And, if they can keep it up, they're definitely gonna make the playoffs. I don't know how far they're gonna go, but they've definitely been like a lightning strike this year, and they've been a huge surprise. And we're rooting for Geno. I mean, it's good, you got an African American quarterback playing well at the position. I mean, there's not too many of them, and so I mean, I'm really happy for him. He's able to right the wrong, be on a great team in a great situation, the coaching staff that believes in him, and hopefully he can take this all the way and like secure this position for the next few years, right? Not just this year, right? So yeah. I'm happy for him, and I hope they can keep it up. We'll see. Like you said, they're a very young team, so you have to be consistent down the stretch. And I talk about the Cardinals. I mean, my goodness. I mean, we spoke about a little bit of last podcast as well. I think I spoke about it with my brother as well. Is that bro, like Cliff Kingsbury, bro. Like, I know he's tied to the hip with Kyler Murray. They kind of handpicked him coming out of, Oklahoma. Cliff Kingsbury, that connection that they had. But still, bro, like, I don't know, like, someone, bro, in a situation like this, there's going to be a scapegoat, is the best word.
Yeah, of course.
And they just signed Kyler Murray to a huge contract, guaranteed. They took out the clause that he doesn't watch film, whatever that stuff. Like, he is ironclad, guaranteed. For at least the first 3-4 years of his contract. So I don't think they're gonna get rid of Kyler, bro. I think they might have to get rid
Nah,
of him.
yeah, they made their choice already. They already know they tied in with Kyler. Cliff Kingsbury is going to be a scapegoat, unfortunately. I saw it go in this business. Yeah, Cliff, man, sucks, but just couldn't get it going. And they started off so well. There was a lot of hope initially in the Cardinals organization. Again, as you said, they handpicked both of them. Cliff Kingsbury, Kyler Murray. They expect this to be the greatest marriage. With the offensive mindset of Cliff Kingsbury. Coming from the offense that he ran at Texas Tech, pairing that with Kyler Murray's skill sets that he portrayed in Oklahoma. It was supposed to be the greatest marriage, bro. It was really supposed to be a happily ever after. And first, 3 years? Because was this Kyler's 4th year or is this his 3rd year?
I think this is 3rd year.
This is 3rd year. Well, first 2 years, we're hopeful. First year, they were looking good. Second year, they make the playoffs. But then, again, due to injury and also some inconsistent play by Kyler, they get a first-round exit in the playoffs. 3rd year, I don't even know what we can attribute to. If we can attribute to Cliff being the play caller, because he is the play caller as well as the head coach. Sometimes, man, really, as I feel like, it's really putting a toll and really putting your job at jeopardy when you're both a head coach and a play caller. Because there's more pressure on you. There's more skepticism on you. There's more blame, more onus that you have to take. Because you're not only making game decisions, but you're also calling the exact, not only just calling timeouts, managing the game that way, but also calling the plays for the offense to work, So I think the position Cliff Kingsbury was in, bro, it put him in a precarious one. And now he's gonna be the scapegoat. Of course, there's no one. They're not throwing Kyler Murray out there, even though the blame can go equally to Kyler. I feel, but front offices has tied themselves to him. This is their franchise quarterback. They're not gonna cut ties. They're also not going to try to waver his confidence at all as well. And they're going to see how they can, ride this bus till it falls off, ride the wheels till it falls off. So, Cliff, man, it's your last year. But who's really going to work with Kyler right now? If he's not really watching film like how he's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if that is true? You know what I'm saying? If he's only on the video games,
I don't
know what I'm saying?
That.
You don't believe that? The man really be on the video games though.
But come on, bro. Bear playing video games. I don't know where that comes from, but like people are saying that he plays more Call of Duty than he does studying his film. I'm like, come on, bro. This is crazy. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's, in my opinion, they cannot scale back the pressure on him, and then like, yeah, he threw about 35 times. He didn't throw an interception, but he wasn't really, he wasn't making big plays and big moments, you know what I mean? And so, like I said, they only gave the ball to James Conner 7 times, and Kyler Murray ran about 8 times. So that's a style that he's gonna carry the ball sometimes, gonna scramble outside the pocket. But James Conner, he's a serviceable back, you know what I mean? But I feel like maybe they should kind of go, how the Jets doubled down, they had Brees Hall, but then also brought in James Robinson and Carter. We had that two-back system.
Yeah.
And you know, Cliff Kingsbury's style is like air raid, pass the ball 30, 40 times a game. But I mean, maybe they should, you know, give the ball more to James Conner. Maybe like this year might be a lost year, but maybe next year get a 1-2 punch. Add somebody to the running game. You know what I mean, change style up so you don't just always depend on this high pass system. You know what I mean? Like there's a give and take to that. Like, yeah, you can pass about 40 times a game, but you know what I mean? Like if you don't have that balance, you know what I mean, it's not gonna work too well, right? And so I mean, it's gonna catch up to you, you know what I mean? So I mean, it kind of sucks. Like I said, Kimberly's gonna be the scapegoat, but it could be, like I said, it could be on Kyler Murray too. He's supposed to be the guy, you know what I mean? And so you see him arguing with, you know, with the Cliff Kingsbury, see him arguing with Hopkins. Like he's just like they're no one on the same page with him. And so yeah, I don't know what the solution is. I don't think it's his height. People say, oh, he wasn't gonna be that successful for his height. I don't believe in that because like I mean, Russell Wilson's not that tall. I mean, we've seen guys in the past that too. A lot of guys weren't that tall yet.
Yeah, so we can't put the height into the. I mean, he has the intangibles of an NFL quarterback, minus the height. He can play in this league, but it's more than it's more than just your athleticism. You also got to have the brains, you know, the smarts. You feel me? To be able to study film, you know, dissect it, understand NFL defenses, you know, make the right reads. It's not his height. It's not really. It's that's excuses, right? So, but yeah, man, I saw it go, bro. I saw it go. Another.
That's a surprise, though, man.
Yeah, never thought, you know, because we thought it's only up that they could go from here. I mean, we are looking at them as being a stronger team in the NFC, maybe making the playoffs again. Doesn't seem as likely now.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of teams that are disappointed right now. Be honest.
Yeah, facts. I kind of also want to touch on the Chiefs and Titans game. There was quite a bit of games, you know, to kind of discuss about over this last week of football. The Chiefs and the Titans. Chiefs, man, you know, coming over. They got that win. They overcame their difficulties on offense. I mean, the Titans defense was playing really well in this game. But they managed to squeeze it out in OT 20-17. You know, Patrick was able to make enough plays in the last drive to be able to score. Titans really got it going early in the game, but they couldn't keep momentum because that run game was stuffed after a while. Derrick Henry wasn't able to run the ball effectively, and Malik Willis was not able to run the ball, and then he's not able to throw the ball either. Like, damn, bro. I understand you a rookie, and I understand you're coming out of Liberty, which is an unknown school. I still don't even know where Liberty is.
I know.
Do you know where it is? Where is it?
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, like I played in high school in the U.S. I played for a prep school called like Fort Union Military Academy. We had some games at Liberty. We played at Liberty. It's like a small division. Small school.
Yeah, they're really small because I never heard them in my life until I heard of Malik Willis coming out there. But the man cannot throw the football. At least when real bullets are flying, he cannot throw the football. Because in preseason, I'm like, oh, you know what? He seemed to be nice. You know, preseason he was throwing the ball, but of course everyone's playing vanilla, regular, you know, cover three. You know, they're not putting in real schemes, defensive schemes in preseason. So when the bullets are flying, this is regular season. Throws off target. No, like literally, how many times did Malik Willis throw the ball? How many times did he throw? 16 times.
5 completions.
5 completions.
80 yards.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, like this is bro.
That game should have been won by the Titans. On God, like what?
But I was surprised both ways. The defense is Titans playing so well. Like, bro, Mahomes. I mean, I've never seen the stat line. He threw the ball 68 times. He was 43 for 68. He almost
God
threw the
have
ball
mercy.
70 times in a game. I don't think I've ever even seen an attempt rate that high
And could
since
only
I've been
put 20
watching.
points on the board.
Yeah, that's a lot of attempts for only 20 points on the board. So I mean, the Titans defense played really well. Like this is on the Titans offense that you mentioned. The Chiefs, they throw the ball that many times and only put 20 points, bro. That's crazy, bro. Like they only ran the ball 5 times to Isaiah Pacheco, Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 4 carries, Jarek had 3 carries. So, I mean, this was a weird game, bro. Tight game, good to watch. But the Titans defense, kudos, you played your ass off this game, bro. It was crazy. You had to give almost 500 yards passing, but I mean, Mahomes was throwing the ball 70 times a game, bro. And you still had a chance to win. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Literally, it's no fault of Tennessee's defense at all, bro. No of their own.
Yeah.
Malik Willis, though, what the hell is going on, bro? I understand this is your first year in the league and you a developmental quarterback, but you cannot survive in this league throwing 5 for 16.
That was shocking, bro. I mean, here's my thing.
80 yards. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but 80 yards passing. like bruh.
The coaching staff doesn't really believe. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say that, but I mean, like when you come up with a game plan with a QB saying we're only gonna run these certain vanilla, like you said, talk about vanilla plays, vanilla offense. Like we want to run these certain plays, these certain looks. We're gonna run the ball with you or with Derrick Henry. It's gonna be a very low passing game. That means that they don't believe he has progressed to make enough reads in the passing game to make the right throws. And that makes no sense. We're like 8 games into the season, dog. Tell me in practice he's not developing the way he should be. That speaks volume to me that like they didn't trust that for him to throw the ball that many times without him making a mistake or making the right read, bro. So I mean, I think Tannehill out the next game too, bro. So I mean, teams are watching this. Defensive coordinators are watching this. Defensive players are watching. They're gonna be like, "Yo, I'm gonna eat tonight. I'm gonna go feast, bro.
They go eat, like,
bro. Like this is like. Hopefully, this was just like this game plan for this game, and hopefully, this is not what they're gonna go to the next game. Hopefully, they're gonna open the playbook up more.
They have to.
Are we really not ready? Then I don't have to say because they can't pass the ball that few times and win in this league right now, bro. Like, who's the guy behind him, bro? Like,
might have to check him out, to be honest, because, bruh, that's alarming to me. Everything that you're saying is facts. If he's not able to read NFL defenses to a certain extent, I understand it's your first year in the league. I keep saying this. I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to say that he should be a superstar immediately.
Yeah.
But to have some sort of grasp on the defenses, that you're seeing, to be able to make the right reads, to be able to make the applicable throws, you got to be able, you know what I'm saying? And if that's not possible, that's alarming. Are you the guy?
He's not ready. I mean, he's a rookie. That's fine. Like some guy that takes a year to develop behind the starter. Maybe they thought like Tannehill would never get hurt, and like he was gonna be behind the entire year to develop. But fam, like if he's not ready, he's not ready. It doesn't mean he's not gonna be good. It just means that like I don't think they can go with that same game plan into the next following weeks. Like I don't know.
Yeah. All coaching went out the window on that final drive. Literally, like you take it in. KC had the ball first, won the coin toss. We're thinking, it's over. But they only were able to put up 3 points on the board. The game was still on. All Tennessee had to do was kick another field goal or get in the field goal range to be able to make this game still a ball game.
Yeah.
And if they score 6, they win. Malik Willis, they move backwards. As soon as the offense got the ball, they move backwards. Malik Willis running around trying to dodge sacks. They put pressure on him heavy. The man just held onto the ball way too long. Each time. It was ridiculous. I feel like all coaching went out the window when it came to Malik Willis. Like he was just like a deer out in headlights. It was sad to see, bro. It was sad to see. They had an opportunity to win this game and they didn't win this. It just upsets me. You know what I'm saying?
But to be honest, like you mentioned, like, you know, he's the QB in a position that we want to see succeed. So like, we want to see him play well, but just, I don't know if the coach staff put in this position for him not being ready. Hopefully he can like right that around the next game, and you know what I mean, because Tannehill's still out, right? And show us why they drafted him that high. Because he has talent, he has potential. We just need to see it. We see him in the preseason, but like, and we just see him do that so flash like that in the next game. We're not expecting him to like be the next, you know, Lamar Jackson or anything like that. I mean, he has talent, but like it's just wondering like, is this too soon for him? Right? And so that's all the questions I'm asking. I definitely still think he could be a good quarterback, but like it might be too early for him. So let's wait till we see the next game, and then we can be like, okay, like we need to sit it, like.
I feel you. I feel you. We'll give him some time. Still. I'm going too hard. This is what I do. Quick spiel before we go on to the next week's games. Eagles are 8-0. I just want to throw that out there. Jalen Hurts is the man. Again, great leader. It's just going right for that franchise. 8-0, first time in franchise history since I don't know when. They have an opportunity to be in to have an undefeated season as well, which is kind of crazy to think about. I know we can't really say that it's likely, but there's an opportunity. Yeah, man, I'm saying Philly is my pick out of the NFC, bro, for the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna say it like that, though. Just gonna throw that in there. You feel me?
The schedule is possible to go undefeated, but to beat the Giants twice, to beat the Cowboys, they already beat the Cowboys once, to beat the Cowboys again in Dallas, those are the 3 games I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
Titans, they have like 4 tough games at least.
It's going to be hard for sure. I can't say that it's going to be a thing for them, but they have the opportunity and they're playing really well as a team. Shout out to them, bro. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. Shout out to that whole Philly organization. They made the right moves for this season, bro. Getting AJ Brown really changed a lot. Getting Bradbury as the other corner opposite to Slay changed a lot. Getting CJ Gardner-Johnson, putting him to safety instead of just keeping him in the slot, like put him as a deep safety. Like the man is leading the league in picks right now, CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
Shout out to that man. Because the Saints only use them as a nickel, straight up. If you move that man around, put him deep safety, put him down, move him around, he make plays, bro. He's a special dude. They make all the changes, bro. It made all the changes to that squad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say they're going undefeated. I'm not ready yet to put them in the NFC, but like some people are asking, like, who else? Which is a great question. Like you said, like who else would you come up the NFC right now? It's a great question. Like I'm definitely not up on the Vikings. I think honestly they're a fluke, but I mean they're 7-1 for a reason, so they're a good team.
Yeah,
it's just this year's just been a different year, bro. Like teams that are at the top. Like, not a lot of people have confidence in, but what are you going to say when they keep winning games, bro? You got to, at some point, respect these teams. People say, oh, the Vikings are going to eventually lose. They keep winning, dog. So at some point, you have to be like, oh, okay, the Vikings are a really good team. At some point. It's just that we're not used to seeing these teams that dominant without the collection of stars that we usually see. The Rams, collection of stars, Super Bowl. Tampa Bay, the year before, collection of stars, Super Bowl. Like, we're seeing these teams that don't have, the Eagles have great players, but like the Vikings, like, Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, but they don't have like a collection of household names. I would say that's a better way to say it. I mean, the Eagles too, they have really good players. Do they have household names? You know what I mean? So it's just it's different this year. You know what I mean? But you know, it's definitely good for the league to have that parity. You know what I mean? Not the same
Mhm.
teams that are top, right?
Yeah, I love that. I like the changes that happening in the NFL. Let's look at this upcoming week of football, bro. Are you ready? Can you believe we're in the week 11 now? Or sorry, week 10, sorry. My bad. But bro, we getting deep into the season, you feel me?
I see a good game. I see a good game already.
Which one you thinking?
Seahawks Bucks.
Oh shoot, bro. That's gonna
So,
be a good game for sure. Like especially, I mean, the Bucks barely squeezed that out against LA. Um, I feel like the Bucks are still a little struggling, and
yeah.
Seahawks are on a wave right now.
You
Gino playing, huh?
would choose Seahawks this game?
Well, let me see where the game is actually first. Let me see where that is. Alliance Arena. Where is that? Oh, that's in Tampa. Shoot. Bruh, nah. I'm not gonna go against Tom Brady at home. I'm not going to. I don't feel like it's safe. Even though I feel like Seahawks are on a roll, I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's a safe pick. Who would you go with?
I'll go with the Bucks. I thought you were Seahawks and the Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't pick that game. um, let me see here.
Vikings Bills. I mean, if Josh Allen's not playing, ain't no one gonna pick that game, bro.
But yeah, Vikings, Bills. That's still an interesting game, regardless, even if Josh Allen is playing, because we get to see if the Vikings are the real deal. This is a good matchup. You feel me?
I'll
Um,
pick. I mean, I'll pick the Vikings now. Yeah.
oh, you go with the Vikings. All right, now we'll go with the Bills. All right, we got our first game.
Really?
Yeah, bro. If you go with the Vikings, I'm going with the Bills, bro. I feel like this game could go either way. And this game is in Buffalo. And we don't know, again, Josh Allen is questionable. It doesn't mean that he's doubtful or that he's out. So if he comes to play, if he's still able to play, there's a good chance Buffalo may still have this game. It's gonna be good matchups. Both offenses are both high powered. Bills defense, we need them to Bills defense really needs to step up and remain consistent. So I mean, they let New York really, run a little bit down their throats. So we're gonna need Buffalo to make sure that they step up and that Dalvin Cook is not running down their throats. I think they'll be able to step up because they know that game, that divisional game against the Jets meant so much. So they got to step up. They got to make sure that they're winning as much games as possible throughout the last stretch of the season. So I'm gonna say they're taking this one.
When Vikings, like you said, like they don't riding that wave. Kirk Cousins, the offense, Justin Jefferson, the head coach doing a great job. You know what I mean? They're 7-1 right now, so I feel like, given we don't know the uncertainty of Josh Allen, I think everyone's picking the Vikings, which is what's scaring me. You know what I mean? Everyone's going for the Vikings on this one. But I'm gonna stick to that. I think they find a way to win in Buffalo. Yes, Minnesota plays in a dome, I believe. So that's another worry that Buffalo's, it's a cold weather game.
Oh yes, sir.
It ain't no dome down there. So I mean, but I think Kirk Cousins played in a lot of cold snow weather games. So I mean, I think he'll do fine, and I think they're gonna win this game. I think it's the defense. The defense is playing really well. That's why they're 7-1 as well. It's that defense. You see what the defense did of the Jets last week. So when the Bills face a tough defense, it gives them problems. You know what I mean? I think the Vikings bring that
Yeah.
same strategy, that same mentality, and shoot, I'm going to go on a whim here and choose the Vikings.
All right. Well, I like it. I like it. I like it. Another game that kind of steps or stands out to me. Sorry, Cardinals and Rams. Both are 3-win teams. Cardinals 3-6. Rams are 3-5. This is a must-win game either side. You feel me? It's a must-win game for either side. Both teams have been a disappointment.
Stafford's playing so bad, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest, I want to choose the Rams so bad. And like they're only 3-5. They're not 3-6 like the Arizona. So if they win, right there. They're right there. But Stafford's playing so bad. Like I feel like I would have to pick Arizona this one, dog. Like, I don't know. Like
Because of Arizona?
I don't know why I picked this one, but like, bro, I don't know what to say. Like Stafford, maybe this is the game he turns it around, dog. But I have no idea who to pick in this game. But out of both QBs, this year, who's playing better? Even though they're not playing the best, I would say Kyler like slightly is playing a little better than Stafford. They're both not playing well. I would use Cardinals in this one, just because like I don't know what's going on with Stafford.
Yeah, you know what kind of throws me off too is that Matthew Stafford is questionable because he's basically doing like they're doing concussion protocol with him based on the last game that he had against the Bucks. So I don't even know for sure if he's going to be playing. So that kind of scares me if I were to go with the Rams. But for the sake of the competition, I feel like I gotta go with the Rams, though. You know what I'm saying? If there's any game I'm losing, it's gonna be this. I'm going with the Rams. We're gonna see what they're gonna do. Both teams desperately need a win, but I feel like LA has more at stake because they were prior Super Bowl winners. There's more. I feel like there would be more disappointment that would come to them if they were to lose. They have a lot to prove. They have a lot to prove. A lot to prove. But it's just throwing me off that Matthew Stafford is questionable. Hopefully he plays. We're gonna stick with LA though for this game. Let's stick with LA. All right, let's try to find our final game. This final game, I need it to be foolproof for myself, or else I'm losing. Or else
49ers Chargers is a good game.
Which one?
49ers against LA Chargers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a pretty decent game, huh?
Yeah, 49ers have been playing really well the last few games. See the Chris McCaffrey game a few games ago? He went off.
He was a good addition to the team. Good addition to the team.
That team that's so inconsistent, San Francisco. Like,
yeah,
Chargers have been playing well the last few weeks. They won last week. At home and San Fran. This is a pick-up game, bro. I would choose San Fran in this game. They're at home.
The odds are also looking in San Fran's favor. And it is at home, like you said. You know, I haven't heard of Justin Herbert going off like how he been going off in his first 2 years in the NFL. You know, he like I don't know if it's because I'm just not focusing on how well the Chargers are doing this year, or if Justin Herbert's I feel like he's all right though. He's thrown for 2,254 yards so far, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And the thing is, yeah, I mean, San Fran has this new offense with the addition of Christian McCaffrey. It seems more exciting. Seems like it adds another element, which could be scary for the Chargers defense. Oh, crap. This is not a foolproof win at all for me. But I'm going to go with the Chargers, bro. I'm going to go with the Chargers. This is not foolproof. I'm going with both LA teams. So you already know I'm so LA. I'm so South Cal.
Bro, this is that, but you know what? Both games are kind of pick 'em games. This game is a pick 'em game. You know, the 49ers are home. Like, you know, Jimmy G, we have no idea what we're gonna get from a QB standpoint in terms of consistency. He's consistent, but consistently either he's not playing good, consistent, not playing well, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, so we don't know which way the game's gonna play in terms of from the offense standpoint, but I like how they utilized Christian McCaffrey, the game they had before the bye week last week. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll come down to the defense, I think, for sure.
Definitely. Bro, before we lock this thing off, I have to ask you, where is Odell Beckham going? That's always a topic of conversation. Where is he going?
He's going to the
What
Cowboys.
team do you think he helps? The Cowboys, huh?
Everyone's saying it, and then I seen Jerry Jones say, "Oh, he would look good in the Cowboys uniform." I said, "Oh, they stoking the fire." I don't know, but you know the Cowboy Jerry Jones is all about hype, media, selling
Yeah,
tickets, selling jerseys. I don't, so
facts.
I don't know he's doing it for clout, as we call it. Or he's doing it because he actually wants him. But think about it, all makes sense. The teams that want him are cold weather places: Green Bay, Buffalo. Fam, he's not going to those teams with off a torn ACL. I
Yeah,
even saw
no.
some commentators say that as well. I heard like Keyshawn Johnson talk about it on ESPN a few days ago.
Yeah.
He's not gonna go somewhere cold weather, coming off. He just got cleared this week, so fresh off ACL. The brace is off. The ACL brace is off this week. He's gonna go to a cold weather place. He's gonna go somewhere nice weather, bro.
Mhm.
Dallas is nice. Texas is nice weather. So he's gonna go to either LA, right? Dallas. I don't know. Those are two teams I'm looking at right now, LA and Dallas. I think those are the teams that I'm choosing right now. What do you think?
So definitely, with Odell, I think in like a recent interview that he had, or I don't know if he was on a podcast, he said that wherever he wants to go, he wants to spend a long time. He doesn't want to just, do a 1 year, one and done. Like he wants to make sure that wherever he's going, it's his home. And he's getting a long-term contract to stay. So
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense that he'd be going to a warm weather team, as you said.
Mm,
If he's going if he's going where he wants to live, where he wants to stay for a good while, ideally it would be a warm weather team. So yes, Dallas does seem like a viable option, and I feel like Dallas actually needs another receiver. I don't think CD is established as a number one receiver. I don't think CD Lamb puts the fear into defensive coordinators' hearts or minds. He's just not doing it. And still, Michael Gallup is a good number two, maybe a three. Odell comes in, he's a two. You feel me? Or he might emerge as the one. You feel me? So I think that's what they need. I think Dak needs another weapon in order to be effective. And I mean, again, I've never really been the biggest believer in Dak, but you get Odell over there, it might make me a little bit more of a believer. Who knows? Um, so we'll see. I think Dallas is a viable option. LA definitely needs him too, though. Again, the play that we've been seeing from Matthew Stafford and he hasn't really been getting it going with the other receivers, and he really did have it going with Odell Beckham. When he knew that Cooper Kupp was being constantly doubled, tripled. Whole defensive scheme was really based on making sure Cooper Kupp doesn't beat us. He could effectively go to Odell, and they had a chemistry brewing. They had a chemistry, occurring throughout the playoffs. Leading up into the Super Bowl. Odell very much could have been the Super Bowl MVP just based on how well he was doing in the beginning of the game, the connection that he had with Matthew Stafford. So LA is definitely a viable option, but I also think that New York is a viable option as well too. A little return back to the team that drafted him. Again, they're a different team now. They're actually winning games. Daniel Jones is looking a little bit more of an NFL quarterback, someone who doesn't just dash the ball away. I mean, the man is protecting the football a little bit more. He could develop more with an Odell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, currently, what does Daniel Jones have to work with right now? I mean, he's working with Wan'Dale Robinson, which is a rookie receiver. They don't really have much guys. They traded away Kadarius Toney. If you bring Odell there, it kind of helps with Daniel Jones' development. And also, I feel like that would also double down and let us know that, hey, we believe in Daniel Jones moving forward, or at least we believe in building this team that we got here right now. And I feel like a lot of pressure is already going to be taken off Odell because they got Saquon there too. So they have a run game established. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So New York could be a potential option too. I
Yeah.
just don't know. I just don't know.
Cold weather. It's the cold weather to me. Like
It's the weather, though. It's the weather. But he's lived in New York before. He's
yeah.
lived in New York before, so he's well accustomed to it. And at least it's not Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? It's not Buffalo, New York. Like this is more central, like prime New York. Like this is where stuff happens. You feel me? Like this is not out in the boonies. Well, not in the boonies, but I just dissing Buffalo. But there's nothing really in Buffalo. So it's there's another high market.
Like
Sorry?
man in Buffalo come to Toronto to party, bro. Like real time, bro.
Like how are we more of a higher profile or a higher profile city than Buffalo? But I saw it go, right? It's just nothing really out there, man. Literally, if you're going there, it's literally to win a championship and nothing else. You're not there for the weather. You're not there for the attractions. You're not there for anything else but to win a championship. But we already know how Odell's mindset is, and just the social media figure that he is, and the celebrity that he is. He needs a high market team. Dallas, LA, New York, all high market teams that would embrace Odell with open arms. So
yeah, definitely. Like you said, like, he has to be in a big market. Like you said, New York's a big market. That's why it's still a possibility. But I mean, I'm surprised why hasn't LA just brought him in already? We're 9 games in. He's cleared with the ACL. He's been there last year. What's the holdup? He came on an interview, I believe another interview as well. He said that they disrespected him with the offer, like it was too low. I mean, what are they doing? Like, you know, that's the perfect matchup. Give him a contract, make it incentivized. Like, if you make this much catches, this whatever, we'll pay you even more money. Like, I'm just shocked they haven't even brought him in there. Like, why is even a conversation? Like, he's cleared to go. Why is he still waiting around? Is he waiting for a championship run on the very end of the season? Like, I'm surprised. Why hasn't the team made more of a push to come get him already, right? So, you know, I'm looking at like the contracts can be prorated anyways, meaning that like he's not gonna get a full year salary. It's halfway through the year already.
yeah,
So
exactly.
whatever you're gonna pay him, what you would pay him for a full year, he's gonna get paid for half the year. So I don't see what the issue is. I think he's just maybe looking for the right situation. But I mean, at this point, I think he just needs to be on pick a team and like make plays and maybe sign a 1 year and then after the season, then sign a long-term contract. So yeah, I think like you said, like I would say I see him in LA, but I could also see him in Dallas, to be honest.
Yeah, so those are your top two. Definitely, you're not thinking a New York comeback.
Nah.
But watch him surprise you, yo. What if he returns back to New York? It'd be a crazy homecoming. But hey, we don't know. We don't know. We'll see, man. We're gonna keep our eyes on it. Of course, you know, whatever happens, you go hear it here first on the Josh and Denver podcast, always coming at you with, you know, the biggest NFL news, sports news in general for your head tops. You already know, my brother. Any closing comments, anything more?
No, always a pleasure. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you know.
Yes, sir.
Do everything. We're on all the platforms, Spotify, Apple. Make sure you listen wherever you can. Like I said, you know, like, subscribe to Josh and Nerd Podcast. Appreciate y'all listening to another episode, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Peace and blessings.